Probably the biggest piece of information in the first 35 minutes of that briefing was simply from the Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin, who said 3 weeks. It'd be as soon as 3 weeks that the first checks are out the door for those direct payments. And then just now in the last 25 minutes, we got a scientific update, if you will, from Drs. Birx and Fauci there. And you could hear some green shoots from Dr. Birx about what we're seeing in New York, but that's about it. And then essentially some sober warning there from Dr. Fauci that this may be a seasonal impact, meaning it could hit us hard again the second time around in the fall. With me now, Casey Hunt has been listening. Also with me is Joseph Ferries, our virologist, MSNBC science contributor. Casey, first, let me start with you. Let's get the business of Congress out of the way here. Look, It's significant the president said he'd sign it. Mnuchin on the checks. He made a very important addendum. If the Treasury Department already knows where you live and already has your bank account information.
Yeah, that's right, Chuck. And, we've actually been reporting on this all through the afternoon. There was a background call with the Senate Finance Committee, and we were trying to nail down these details. And I think this is what Americans are most focused on. So if you have filed tax returns for 2018 or for this year, 2019, and you got your refund via direct deposit, you are in this category of people that they can hit as soon as possible. So as soon as you go in there, make that claim, and if they've got your bank information on file, they think that they can get that out the door in about 3 weeks after this is signed. So that's good news for what they think are about 50% of Americans who are going to be eligible for these direct payments, perhaps as many as 70 million people. It's going to be a little trickier if you're somebody who hasn't had, say, the income, you haven't filed your tax return. They don't have that information on file. That could take potentially weeks, and that's an area of concern because there are a lot of people in this country who maybe don't have the right bank account to get this all set up. That could take more months. But Mnuchin does have the ability to perhaps send people debit cards. That's one option that they're looking at to try to get to those people. I think, the challenge is a logistical one. The goal here, and frankly, the president really underscored this for me, Chuck. I mean, he defended the $25 million that they're going to give to the Kennedy Center. He took responsibility for that. He said, yes, I absolutely want to do that. That was something that some conservatives have been critical of. So I think you got a sense of just how urgently the White House is focused on this and how aggressive they're being in pushing it behind the scenes.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.